I'm Max,
And I'm Paul.
and today, me and Paul are going to talk about the end of the world.
Yes, we are.
It's been a hot topic since the dawn of time. Will the sun rise again? You know what I mean?
Right. You never know. Anything could cause it.
We're going
It
to
could
talk about
happen
some
any
ways
day.
that the world could possibly end. Some of them are things that I think, and others are.
Some I think.
Yeah. Paul thinks some. Some of them are like scientific ways.
And some shouldn't be taken serious. But
Oh,
there will be a
I
disclaimer.
would. I don't know. I think I'm going to try and keep it serious.
Oh, you want to keep it serious?
Overpopulation.
Overpopulation?
Yes.
Let's start there.
Overpopulation could definitely wipe us out.
How do you think that would happen?
Well, what by 2030 we're supposed to have 10 billion people instead of 7.
Maybe.
It's a big increase. But I think an easy way to stop that is just using our space better. We could fit the entire population in Texas right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got a lot of land.
Do you know another idea they're using to solve overpopulation?
What's that?
They are using buildings that each floor is like a different house, and on each floor it has like a garden with
Mhm.
trees and stuff, and it's all eco-friendly, like solar panels and stuff.
And they're
that's
just like verticals to take up less space.
Mhm.
That's
That's
nice.
the design for the future house.
Hmm. Just
Whether
like-
or not that's gonna happen.
So almost
who
like
knows?
apartments, but like full houses in these
Yeah.
apartments.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Right.
I'd like to see like more eco domes around the place. You know what I mean? I saw some things about a Green New Deal. Like people were proposing it. I was like, that sounds like a good idea.
Green New Deal.
Start protecting more, nature.
Yeah.
Be more eco-friendly. We gotta get rid of plastic because plastic's gonna dick us over real
Yeah.
bad.
But
Don't you think?
there's a lot of technology that's coming out to combat it now.
Yeah, but I don't know if that'll be fast
I
enough.
mean, it's not going to be fast enough, and
Unless
everybody
everybody
has
gets
to be,
into it.
Yeah, exactly.
we
Everybody
gotta
has
spread
to
the
be
word of
on
the green
board
thumb.
to do it. And as you can tell by the public, not
Mhm.
everybody is convinced that it's an actual problem.
It is a big problem. I
It is
think
a huge problem.
it's bad that people overlook it, but whatever. Nothing you can do except for wait for time to unfold, and then everyone will be like, "Oh wow, we really should have not
Right.
killed the ocean." Saw some pictures of the ocean, and it was like the coral reef, and it's like all dead now.
Right? The time lapse of 10 years
Mhm.
from all those places, just like devastated.
And it's like a lot of our ozone layer came from the ocean. Like
Right.
before there were that many microorganisms, they'd spit out oxygen.
Mhm.
It's where you know what I mean? We kind of need the ozone layer to breathe, but whatever. That's the only reason we haven't like moved to the moon or like Mars or anywhere. Like yeah, we don't have enough
You have
technology.
to create an
But
ozone layer.
There's no ozone layer, so we're just getting blasted with radiation.
Mm. Do you
Nobody
think-
wants to be blasted with
do you think
radiation.
they would ever be able to figure out a way to create or replicate an ozone layer?
Yeah, I think there were a couple ways that they could do it on Mars. It's like
Terraforming, right?
yeah, you got to nuke it, like
Mhm.
nuke it a bunch, and then that'll melt all the ice caps, but that'll leave radiation in the air, so
Mm.
that's not good.
So it'd be like thousands of years until it's even habitable.
Yeah, it would be. It's kind of hard. Or you just grow it naturally with like you just have like domes that have oxygen being pumped in, but I feel like that would cost a lot of resources.
Mhm.
I'm
It would be
excited.
time consuming as well.
I'm excited for like researchers to go to Mars,
Mm.
because imagine what we're gonna find there. You know
That's
what I mean?
happening soon.
Very soon. What, the next 3 years? I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Wasn't it 2024 was when we were supposed to like?
I want to say 2022, but I don't know if that's right.
I think 2024 was the year that Elon Musk said it would be like commercial to like it'd be like $500,000 to
go to Mars.
go to Mars. Yeah. Another planet we could use is Venus,
Venus.
except for it's super hot.
Yeah, how would we get past
It'd
that?
be like Cloud City, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we just live in these like very
Oh,
elevated
yes.
things.
I saw something on that.
I think that'd be kind of cool. Venus is a nice planet,
Yeah.
except it's super hot.
I could deal with that. It'd be like Arizona.
Paul, you got any ways the world would end?
Any ways the world would end.
Mhm.
Oh boy, putting me on the spot like that.
Okay, here, I'll say one. It's definitely just going to be global warming and pollution. That's more of the end of the human race instead of like the end of the world, because the world will just live on
Mm-hmm.
doing what it does. But we keep getting polluted. Like,
Yeah.
big yikes. We're gonna be inhaling fumes all the time. Like, China's pretty messed up. All their air's like, we can't. What are we gonna do about that? Imagine if everyone in the world just had to walk around with a gas mask on.
And
'Cause
that's
they
the future we're heading towards.
Right, it'd be kind of bad. I don't want
Right.
to see that happen.
And sure, the world could end in more of a sense of society falling apart.
Oh, you think so? Just
If
like
there was an uprising against like governments.
anarchy?
Yeah.
We
take
just
us
tear 'em
back
down.
to like a primitive state where the world that we know is gone, but like the world still exists. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Just so there's no, like, big society?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the Constitution kind of protects against that, though.
I mean,
'Cause
that's
it
why it
stood.
would be an uprising. You know. It
Right,
would have
right,
to
right.
be a revolution itself, but
Because most countries, they change their Constitution nearly every time they change a leader. And it's like, that's why I kind of like America. As much negativity we have and, like, bad stigma, but, like, we have, like, a little bit of bad stigma because, like, everyone's always like, oh, Americans are fat and lazy and, like, mean. But it's like, we're kind of sweet because the American Revolution, we tore that shit up. You know what I mean?
yeah. I just
Nobody could step to us.
I prefer more freedom.
You think?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of civil disobedience.
Yeah. All right, here, let me ask you this then. What's your ideal government? Like, how would you, like, what country would you want to live in?
A communist country.
Why would you want to live there?
That's ideal.
Communism?
Yeah. That's ideal if it could work out. Everything being spread equally.
You heard it here first. Paul's a communist.
Ideally.
Ideally,
I
a
know it would
communist.
never work out, so that's why.
Well,
I'm
it
not
works
really
on
like-
paper,
It works on paper, yeah. That's why I say ideally.
but it's because everyone's.
As an idea, it's perfect.
That
but
almost seems as like.
It would never work out in reality.
Because
That's
everyone
why-
has feelings, and you can't just, like, ignore them.
Exactly.
I think we should have classes on mental health, like how to deal with your feelings.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really bad when people say, oh, this person has mental issues. It's like, no, dude. It's called emotions. Like, if an
it's not
adult
even
has
that.
anxiety, they say it's a mental issue.
It's,
Why
It's a
why is it so
chemical-
negative?
it's a
to-
chemical imbalance. It's not something they can control.
Right.
Don't refer to it as something negative.
And you
should
can't
be-
really.
We should move towards more of trying to comfort people rather
Well,
than
yeah, that's the only way
uh,
things are actually going to work out.
and try to combat it like we do.
Watched the thing on the Westboro Baptist Church, and the guy so there was this guy who sued him, and his son died in the army or some branch of the military, and then the Westboro Baptist Church, they, like, protested there because he was getting buried. And for those of you who don't know, the Westboro Baptist Church, they think that soldiers were killed in action because America accepts homosexuals. So it's a little odd. But they won this case against the guy that they were protesting at. Like, this guy sued him because I think he said it was slandering because they were calling him, like, horrible things. And, that's like his deceased son. It's kind of messed up. And it went to the Supreme Court, and the Westboro Baptist Church won. And it's like, okay, yeah, we gotta hold up the Constitution, but they're just spreading hate. You know what I mean? Like, why? Like, why would we spread hate that way, and why would we allow it?
I don't know. People are grown into that type of thinking, It's not something I feel like they choose.
It's almost like they're born with it, and they just
They're
don't think
born.
from that point on.
That's the only perspective they're
Very
brought up
close-minded.
thinking. Yes. And there's no getting through to them.
Right.
There's no convincing them otherwise what they're doing is wrong because what they believe they're doing is a great thing.
Right.
But,
Maybe that's how the world really will end.
yeah,
Close-minded people.
that's a possibility.
I think everyone should be focused on the future and where we're going as a species, because
But we're not. Too many people focus on the present.
yeah, and it's like, dude,
Because it's hard to care about the future
'Cause you're not gonna be
when
there.
your present isn't even good.
right?
You know? So
Everyone-
many people are living terrible lives, and there's nothing that can be done about it. There's no drive to get past that because they want to solve those issues
Right.
that are presented by, the people controlling them, their bosses, their acquaintances, their leaders. Everything's controlling them, not allowing them to move to the future.
It's almost like we're free, but not that
We're
much.
not free. We're not free because we've built this society that confines us.
Yeah. Like no constitution can.
Nothing can change that. Nothing will. All we can do is try to understand it better.
I think all we can do is try and understand others better.
But will that ever happen?
Hopefully. That would be a perfect utopia, you know what I mean?
Will a utopia ever be able to happen, though?
Well,
I feel like the only way that could be accomplished is through lying and
Right.
manipulation.
but
And
that
at
would
the
be
end
a
of the day, that
dystopia.
isn't happy.
I think
But most utopias are dystopias.
Dystopias behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Well, I think then we would have to find a compromise to, being completely open and having people be accepting of others. I think too many people don't accept others and they just say like, "Oh, I don't care about you. I'm never gonna see you in my entire life."
Completely, and I wish more people thought like that.
Yeah,
I
it's
wish more people were driven to head towards that type of future
right. It's
Yeah.
almost frustrating.
where we combat everything with understanding rather than
Conflict.
yeah.
A conflict doesn't have. All right, conflict is the wrong word because conflict
No,
can
conflict's perfect because that's all we've been doing as
conflicting.
a world for thousands of years. We've
There's
just
no,
been everything's been a conflict.
Can't get past the fighting.
Right.
It's not normal for like species to like bomb other species for land.
No.
That's why it's messed
It's
up.
primitive.
Very primitive.
It's so primitive.
We have the gift of language, and that's what made us superior to other animals.
Yes.
And we can't even use it.
We can't use it
progress.
to our advantage. We don't know how to use
Everyone
it.
just yells at each other, and if they don't care about if they don't like what the other person says, they just turn around and they're like, "Well, I don't care." There's 7 other billion people in this world, and it's like, dude,
For all these made-up things, too, that don't really matter.
that don't really matter. And it's
All presented by society.
It's
These
almost like-
standards.
politics recently has been like a reality TV show.
Politics has always been a reality TV show.
You think?
I
I feel
really
like
do.
that it changed in like
After
once the
the
TV came out. That's when it turned into entertainment more.
Yeah. Even the radio, though.
You think? Yeah, radio,
Broadcasting it.
any kind of broadcasting, like
Yeah.
mass media.
People with better voices would get elected. People that looked better in appearance would get elected.
Right. When John F. Kennedy and Nixon were debating each other on TV, people said Kennedy won, but then
Mhm.
people listening on radio said Nixon won.
Exactly.
Kind of sad Nixon ended up in office anyway because he was like a sweat fat guy. I don't like
Yeah.
Nixon.
Me either. He's a terrible
He's
president.
a very corrupt guy. I think that's where all this like kind of
This
distance between the
negative-
government and
yeah,
the people came from.
Yeah, I really do think he caused a lot of that.
Well, yeah, the dude was corrupt out the ass.
He was probably the most closed-minded leader we've ever had.
You know, he recorded everything in the White House.
Yep.
And then
That's
they
what
used
screwed
it
him
against
over.
him.
Yep.
Rule of law, bitch.
Idiot.
They took the book and they slapped him right
Can't
across
stand
the
that
face.
guy. That's
Didn't-
just a perfect representation of control.
I think about it like this: a lot of presidents from different eras may have been good at the time, but now they would suck. Because imagine we had Thomas Jefferson as president right now. He'd be trying to nuke the British, and it's like, oh, we are allies, but whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Nixon fighting communism, he probably would have already like bombed North Korea. You think? And he was just a hothead.
He got us in a war.
Yeah. For his own gain, too.
Yeah.
Right? That's just frustrating. Too much personal gain. Why is there not enough gain for the bigger picture? Humanity. Where is the humanity when,
There's no
All you
more
gain is profit.
humanity.
like, yeah, as a business, you do want to make profit, but I don't think you should be striving to be the
The-
best, most famous, rich.
The way we're brought up to think is that money is more important than humanity.
And that's ridiculous.
Money is the only thing that matters in our world.
Which is weird
It's the
because
only
we
way-
literally created money.
It's the only way we can simulate being happy,
Right.
even though we won't be
A
happy.
synthetic happiness.
It's the only way we can do stuff that will make us happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's something we feel like we need, and it just controls everything that happens on this built-up society.
And everything's just based on money. You know, I saw a video and it was like, watch as $40,000 cancer medication is stolen off of someone's door. And then it was quoted and it was like, the real crime is $40,000 cancer medication. And it's like, yeah, you're right. Like, why would anyone be paying a year's salary on medication? It's kind of ridiculous.
So
it's just sad
stupid.
to see all the people suffering.
Nobody cares.
And nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Some people do care. That's what's good.
People try to care, but they
But
also
they get
have,
shut out by the other people.
and at the same time, they have their own problems that are created by this beautiful world that we live in.
It's almost like life is set up to have you go down a strict path, and I don't like
Yeah.
that.
Everything from the day we're born is
Cemented in your brain.
yes.
You gotta do good. You gotta learn, go to school, get a job, retire.
Life is a stereotype, and it's the worst one. It sucks that it's true.
Life is a staircase, and the people who jump off, or the people who go down the staircase. Well, yeah, okay. If you're going up the staircase, that's going down the right path. That's going down the selected path. For the people who ride the rail down on their butt, you know what I mean? Like they slide
Yeah.
down it. Those are the people who escape it, find true happiness.
But what happens to those people? They get shut out by the rest.
They get shut out by the rest, and then they just learn to accept it, and they live their lives not speaking their
But
opinion.
it's hard.
It's really
It's
hard.
How do people do it?
It's almost like the majority of people don't really care about major things going on. Like, I don't know, global warming. I don't hear enough about it. Climate change. I hear enough about it, but in the wrong way. Because everyone who said, it's so cold, why is global warming a bad thing? Like, shut up. It was snowing in Arizona the other week.
That's not
Do you know how
normal.
unsafe that is?
That
Like,
is not normal.
that is the wackest thing to possibly happen. Oh, we got it. We're at another way to end the world. Magnetic pole shift. Boom. Dead.
Super volcanoes.
You think in Yosemite? I thought about that in like
Yeah,
8th grade. They always tried to say like, yeah, you know, at any moment we could die to lava death.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think we're okay because we're in Michigan, but everyone
We'll
around,
probably die from the smoke.
yeah, not the greatest. Pompeii all over again.
But hey, that would be exciting. You can make a movie about it. You German survivors.
Oh yeah, we can make a documentary. I
Yeah.
survived Pompeii too.
We named it Pompeii 2 after it exploded.
You know what? Fortnite is predicting the end of the world with the volcano.
And the temples.
Yep.
And the boat.
Yep. Noah's Ark 2.0 on
Simulating an
lava boat.
earthquake that creates a volcanic eruption that then creates a giant tsunami.
I wonder if in our life we will ever see tectonic plates move enough to shift.
Cause a major shift in the world.
Yes.
I
Like
don't think
imagine we
so.
just see Africa like break off. Like just a tad, but it's still there. Like
Maybe at the end of our lifetime, but
probably,
that's like
yeah, it would take
probably
take a lot of years.
yeah,
But
yeah. Exciting though to think about.
can we place bets on when the world's gonna end? Paul, what do
Ooh.
you want?
When the world's gonna end, I'm gonna say 2040.
2040? Okay,
Yeah.
kind of soon. They predicted what 2030 is when we'd have to start like using emergency powers for global warming. Honestly, that's gonna suck if we get backed into it. It doesn't even like come naturally. That'd be really annoying. I'd be
Mhm.
very upset. Kind of want to go protest for eco-friendly stuff. The environment, we are made of the environment. Why can't we care for it? You know what I mean?
We are one with nature. If it's not here, we won't be either.
We're above the animal kingdom because we're in the kingdom of Earth. We're here to protect Mama Nature, you know what I mean? Why are we doing her dirty?
Nuzzle her a little bit.
What?
No. Nuzzle her a little bit.
Yeah, give her a little, maybe a neck kiss.
Oh,
Mama Nature. I'd hope that in our lifetime, I go to space. It's a lifelong goal, go to space. No way I can become an astronaut. I'm not fit enough or smart enough, but
I don't really want to go to space.
Why not?
You know,
You
I want to
scared?
make a change on the Earth.
Oh, okay.
before I adventure elsewhere.
Yeah, the thing about space is who owns the land, who's creating rules, what rules are we going by, what language is spoken, what are we even calling
it
the
really is the last frontier.
well,
So many unexplored things.
Right.
Everything's new. There's no law in space.
it would be the Wild West in space.
It's gonna be like that, no
That'd be
matter what, because space is forever.
Hopefully with less death, though.
Oh, there's
There's
gonna
gonna
be
be lots of death.
Probably more.
Yeah,
Probably.
but at
a
that
lot
point, we'd
more.
have more. I don't think anyone would ever know because it's deep space.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
kind of scary.
Yeah, you can just lie about anything.
I'd hope that if we went out to space, there would be other people who can like understand us, and they're like, "Yo, where you guys been?" And we'll be like, "You guys should have said something." And they'll be like, "Yeah, man, we've been watching your planet for a while."
Been watching Max and Paul.
They've been watching Max and Paul. They're like, "Wow, those are the only transmissions we've got.
There's
Watch-
some smart kids.
Watched every video 12 times. Thanks,
We
guys."
blow up on the news.
Give 'em a high
CNN's
five.
like,
They named
aliens
planet
visit.
The
Claim
first
to-
humans to ever enter the intergalactic mall, Max and Paul, and that rhymed. Do you think aliens know about rhythm?
Do you think aliens can rap?
Maybe. Well, it depends. Do you think we would have to learn alien language?
No, I feel like they would have a higher way of communication than us. So that
Like
would
telepathy?
Be, yeah,
But how would we access that?
I feel like they would access it for us.
Okay. And then we just almost like The Shining,
Yeah, they come
Like
into
that power?
our consciousness.
and that opens it up.
yeah, incredible.
Whack.
Incredible.
Imagine if it was just some like huge, like life-changing experience that happens in like 2 seconds as they enter your brain through their mind. But I always think about that. What would telepathy sound like? Would it sound like
Wouldn't sound
English, or
like
would you just
anything.
feel it? Feel what they're thinking?
It would be like you thinking, you know.
You think?
How do
But I
you-
hear
how do you
English in my head.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Like you would just, you would just know what they're thinking.
Okay.
You would see it as you see it. And that's how I always thought of it, you know.
I just think about it like, okay, they would share their emotions with me, and through their emotions, I would know what their like goal is. Yes. Well, depending on what
Maybe
they're saying.
seeing some like. No, honestly, I feel like it would just be seeing their thoughts.
You think?
Yeah.
Like almost like you have access to their entire brain.
Like we would ours. Something comes to mind, you know.
If everybody could do that, I think like imagine if everybody could like share their experience through touch.
It would be like
It'd be eye-opening.
It'd be like the computers they're having now that can be connected to your brain. It would just be like you think of it and it's there.
That's nuts.
That's exactly what it would be like.
Dystopian, I think, though. Because imagine you think of like like just a quick thought. You're like, man, Roger didn't pick me up from the mall. I'm gonna kill that guy. And then they send the police. They're like, you're about to kill a dude because that's what you're thinking. That's like the lowest form of privacy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people say
But
social
people are
media.
going to buy into it. No doubt.
Probably, no doubt.
They're also going to buy into the wristbands, the microchips. We're going to be cyborgs. Pretty much.
Enhancements.
Yeah.
That'd be nice though. I could get some new legs because I got skinny legs. I could get some buff
Planning,
robot legs.
honestly, I think by the year 2050.
We'll have robotic limbs.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
It's
But that's like
exciting.
Black Ops 3.
After AI, so if we survive all that.
I'd wish that the robotics were lifelike, because I don't want to look at everyone's robot parts.
Yeah.
It's almost like, and imagine you get rained on. You wouldn't be able to go out in the rain.
There's probably some waterproof
Spray.
bionics,
Right.
you know.
I want to see where future will be. Like, I honestly can't wait to just be 30 years old and then ask my kid.
There's a website that's like Earth 2050 or something that like shows you what the Earth's gonna be like in 2050. Like every single part of the world, it's mapped out.
No way.
Yeah.
Is California going to fall off?
I don't know. I didn't look at it. I just heard about it.
Because I always remember in geology or whatever, in 8th grade,
Yeah.
the whatever.
San
study-
Andreas shift.
Like the San Andreas Fault. Imagine there's a huge earthquake and just California comes off. I don't think it would float away, obviously, but it would like separate.
It would like
That'd be a
just
little
kind of be like,
interesting.
Drew, put that in.
Oh, we got Drew up in the box.
Yeah.
Say hi to
Drew.
Drew. Wave to
Send
them,
us up
Drew.
to Drew.
Yeah.
Well, Drew.
The return of Max and Paul, I think I would say starts now
Yeah.
with this podcast, which will be
Oh.
uploaded on March 1st.
March 1st.
Mm-hmm. That's today. The day we're
That
recording.
is today.
You're getting a
You
fresh
guys are going
take.
to get some spicy, juicy.
We're turning in the first part for NPR podcast challenge. I don't know if there's a voting system, but if there is, we're going to have to tell everyone to vote for us.
So if
I don't
there
think
is,
there is.
vote
I think
no.
they just choose it. But imagine you hear our voices on NPR.
Hopefully NPR is enjoying this podcast.
They're only getting the first 12 minutes. Probably less. They only said 3 to 12 minutes, which is an odd time for a podcast.
Yeah, that's not really good.
Right? Like 12 minutes. You can't talk about much in 12 minutes. But whatever. Did the
Bonkers.
Elon Musk and Joe Rogan podcast, or not Elon Musk, Joe Rogan and Kanye West?
No, he said it's on the way.
Oh, really? Okay. They're probably just keeping it in the
I'm
vault
really excited for that.
Kanye's new album, right?
Yandi.
Yes, Yandi. He's in Africa recording beats right now.
It's
with
crazy.
choirs
It
in the
looks
jungle.
crazy.
It was nice.
Everybody's in white robes for some reason.
No, it was like white pants and like white shirts. And then everyone
okay.
has Timbs on, I guess. Because Kanye had Timbs. And he was doing a really weird stance.
Yeah, I saw that.
He
And
was,
his
very
hair looks really crazy right now, too.
But it's whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Let Kanye do
Feel
himself.
himself. Love himself to death.
Love yourself to death. Everybody should
Yeah.
love themselves to death. Okay, that's... Okay, well,
No. If
imagine
you're
if
listening
you
to this, I just want you to know that we love you.
I love you.
And we appreciate you.
I appreciate you
You
so
are
much.
appreciated by everyone in your life.
Imagine if you could think yourself to death.
You can.
Yeah, but like monks can do it, but I don't think we as normal people can do it.
I want to be a monk.
I'd like to be a monk, but I don't want to shave my head. I'd be a rebellious monk. Drew put a picture of me up on the screen where I'm bald.
And then put a picture of me up as a monk because I'm bald.
Perfect.
Thanks, Drew.
Thanks, Drew. Drew will be on the next podcast, I promise.
We might actually have one tomorrow as well.
Possibly. You know, hit a like on the video. Maybe hit us with a comment if you like this podcast. You know, we haven't done the podcast since last year, 2018.
It's been a fat minute.
When did we stop?
November, probably.
Was it
October
November? Yeah, because
or
it was before
November.
Christmas.
It was before Christmas.
We've been on for a long break. Make sure you watch all of our other videos. Our like nice.
We've had
content.
a lot of really good content since the last podcast.
Stevenson video.
Stevenson.
I'm talking
Wing challenge. I'm talking
That
about the
one was-
nonsense skits.
nonsense skit 1,
One,
and
2, and
even
3.
Even 3. If you're thinking about it, go crazy. Go stupid. Drew, put that up real quick.
Drew, you're so funny.
Drew's a funny guy.
Oh,
Thanks,
and
Drew.
then we have that video with Nolan.
We got the video with Nolan. Nolan's Big Day.
Yeah,
That's not what it's called.
that's
but
not what it's called, but
Vlog with Nolan.
then we have the one podcast with the ghost story. That was,
Yeah, watch that. That's our first video
Ooh.
ever. Ghost story. 5 minutes into
Ooh.
it, you see my house possessed. Watch it
Ooh.
unfold.
It's crazy.
Let's talk about Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo. Huge part of my childhood. I know you love Scooby-Doo as well, Paul. We've watched Scooby-Doo before.
I honestly make it a thing every single night. When I'm really, really tired, I put on Scooby-Doo.
Just to fall asleep gently.
I put on one of the movies. I put on the cartoon. I'll look it up illegally. Bleep that out. But yeah.
Paul just incriminated himself. I actually have a great idea. Or, not a great idea. I have a request.
What's that, Max?
Bring the Shaggy meme back.
Shaggy died.
Shaggy did not die. Shaggy's the best meme. Shaggy was a good meme.
I like Shaggy as a meme.
I enjoyed it as well. I thought it was very funny. Everyone
I
got
did
annoyed
too.
of it.
People got annoyed of it so fast too.
Well, I mean, it was longer than most memes, but I enjoyed
I
it.
feel like it should have went on longer.
You think? It could have.
I
still didn't-
see an occasional one.
After they didn't put it in Mortal Kombat 11 or 15 or whatever Mortal Kombat they're on, that's when it got sad.
Yeah.
They should have.
They really left out a major part.
Maybe that's a big reason to why corporations are so like greedy. They don't care about corporations don't care about the fans.
No, they only care about the money in their pockets.
They like to say, "Oh, we're all about the people," but it's like, okay, when the people request something, you say no.
I don't know how you feel about this, Max, but I feel like the whole Hannah Banana...
The whole what?
It's not what it's called.
The whole what?
What's the production company that makes Scooby Doo?
Hanna-Barbera.
Hanna-Barbera.
You go Hanna Banana. Hanna-Barbera.
I feel like the whole Hanna-Barbera. Is that it?
Yeah, Hanna-Barbera.
Hanna-Barbera is overlooked today in the world. You don't see any of the
Hanna-Barbera Productions anymore.
anywhere. You don't see it in Smash. You don't see it in Mortal Kombat. You don't see it on Cartoon Network.
What?
Where's it at?
Where's Hannah Banana?
Where is
We
she?
need to know. I want a Scooby-Doo video game. I don't think I've ever played one.
You haven't?
No. Is there one?
Yeah, there's a lot for like the GameCube. Really fun games.
You have one?
I don't think so.
Oh.
GameCube, PS1.
There's one on DS, right? I think I've played. Not a DS, Game Boy. And it's just a side scroller.
Really?
Maybe.
That kind of sounds fun. We should
Right?
look for it today.
I think Scooby-Doo has to be the best.
RPG.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo RPG. Be Shaggy yourself. Gain ultimate power.
Talk about Coolsville.
I think Coolsville sucks. Drew put in, I think Coolsville sucks.
Right there. Wow.
Thank you, Drew.
Look at that. Look at that, Drew. Wow. Wow.
All right, Paul. Do you want to end this podcast on any kind of notes? Like, you got anything to say? Anything important that the people want to hear?
I just want to let everybody know that I love each and every one of you. And I hope you have a spectacular day, a great week. Hell, just a wonderful life.
That's what the guy at Dollar Tree told me when I said thank you for him giving me my candy.
We love you. Shout out to Kanye.
Shout out Dollar Tree.
Aw.
And I think that's it. Oh, was that a kiss? Was that you signing off?
Yeah.
Drew, give him a kiss.